Hello, I'm getting ready to make spinach pie. I thought I'd show you guys the ingredients that I'm using. 2 eggs, 2 softened cream cheese, 1 to 2 sticks of butter, melted, and 1 roll of Philo dough, a half to 1 onion, 1 package of 10-ounce spinach, and then the feta cheese. I use about 24 ounces. You can buy it like that or buy it in a block and crumble it up, whatever you prefer. And then spices, salt and pepper. Not much salt though, but you'll see as we go. But I wanted to show you the ingredients. Still prepping stuff for the spinach pie. I forgot I also used 1 clove of garlic, which I chopped up. As far as salt, feta cheese has a lot of salt or sodium in it, and if you're using salted butter too, to brush the Philo dough with, you really probably won't need any salt. If you're not using as large of an amount of feta and you're using unsalted butter, you may be able to add a teaspoon of salt, but otherwise I would just leave it as it is. Okay. It's time to saute the onions and the garlic, but we'll wait a few minutes for the garlic because we're only going to saute that for a minute. I used the olive oil. You just want to saute for a few minutes and get them cooked a little bit, and then add the garlic, cook it for another minute, and then we're going to add the spinach. You can use fresh spinach and saute it here, or frozen or steamed like what I'm going to use. Okay. Gonna add the garlic now. Now I'm gonna add the spinach. So if you're using, doesn't seem to be much liquid in here, but if you're using frozen spinach, you're going to need to drain it and probably squeeze it, because you don't want all that liquid coming out in your spinach pie, or it won't cook right and it'll ruin the dough. It'll really just ruin the whole dish. So make sure there's no water in your steamed or frozen spinach. And when you do use frozen, you have to thaw it out and get all that liquid out, like I said, and then you want to saute it and cook it up just like this. And I'm just gonna cook this for a minute to warm it through. Let all the, well, it is warm already, but let everything marry together. Okay, this looks good. I turned the burner off. I'm just gonna let it sit here and cool. We can't mix it with our eggs and cheeses until it's pretty much cooled off. It can still be a little warm, but not like this. Okay, so I put the cream cheese in a big bowl. I softened it a little bit in the microwave. I have a softened butter setting, so I use that just to make it a little easier to deal with, even though I had it at room temp. So when I add the feta, I can mix it all pretty well. Actually, gotta add the eggs too. Okay, just gonna dump all this in. I got this recipe from a lady at my job 20 years ago, and it's the only spinach pie that I like. I've had it at restaurants, I've had it lots of places, and it's the only one I like. And I think it's because this has more cheese than spinach. A lot of places use a lot of spinach, and to me it's too bitter with that much spinach. So this is just so good that people fight over it in my family. So I hope you guys try this and that you, I know you'll love it. Okay, now I'm gonna add in that mixture that we sauteed up. It's plenty cool. So you just want to make sure that this is mixed well. Okay, I think this is looking good. Okay, you guys, so I'm ready to start with the Philo dough. So to keep the Philo dough from drying out, because it's so thin, you have to have 2 wet hand towels. Clean, wet them, wring them out, and you're gonna lay your Philo dough out on that so that in between you layering it in the pan, it doesn't dry out on you. That's how thin it is. And then you want to cover it up and uncover it each time you're ready to use a piece. I decided to only use 1 stick of butter and partially olive oil, which it's not going to take all this. We don't need all of this. But the first thing, and this is a pastry brush. I know it looks like Home Depot or something, but it is actually for this purpose and made for this purpose. Okay, and you want to butter your pan real good. You want to butter the sides too, or oil the sides. Now, some people use just olive oil. It's really your own preference. The recipe I got 20 years ago, it was just all butter, so. But I decided to use a little olive oil just to enhance the flavor. Okay. So, now we're gonna uncover this. I'm gonna try to turn it this way a little bit to get it closer to me. And it doesn't have to be perfection because it's all gonna bake and crackle in your mouth. When you eat it, you're not gonna notice any tears and stuff like that. Whoops, here I forgot to cover it back up. So you're gonna do this with each piece of dough, completely wet it with this mixture. I'm going quick here, so. So it depends on how thick you want your crust on the bottom, but you don't need too many sheets. I've put 3 so far, and I think I'll stop here because we're gonna put a couple layers for the sides. So part of it's gonna be in the bottom. I'll show you. So we're gonna take it like this and lay it over the side, because at the end we're gonna fold it all over to enclose the mixture. Now we'll do one on the other side. Okay, now we need a piece for each end. So this broke a lot, but we're making it work. And like I said, nobody is going to know the difference. They're not going to be The important thing is to butter or oil each layer. Okay, now, so when you want to put the mixture in, whoops, and just try to get it scoops all around, like in every corner. That way you're not having to spread it too much, because you don't want to mess up that dough. Okay, so you just want to kind of pat this down gently. Like I said, you don't want to tear anything, or not tear, but do it so hard that you're moving the dough. Okay, that looks good enough. Okay, so now we fold in all these two first, all the edges. Okay, so we're going to add a few layers on top and then we're done. Yep, I'm going to use one more. Oven is ready. It's at 350 and you're going to bake it for about 40 minutes, but just keep an eye on it as it gets close because ovens are different. But you want to take it out when it's nice and golden brown on top. Okay. So yeah, that one stick of butter and just a little bit of olive oil worked out perfectly almost, it looks like. Okay, I'm going to put it in the oven and we'll be right back. Okay, I just took it out of the oven. You can hear it sizzling. The cheese. I'm going to let it set for 5 or 10 minutes, cut it, and I'll be back. Okay, time to cut it. That's why I like to use this spatula because it's kind of bendy and I can get it under there for the most part. So this ended up cooking about 45 minutes. So, but again, it depends on your oven. I'm gonna try this. It's just so good. It's creamy. You can taste the spinach, but it's not overpowering. There's a right balance between the spinach and the cheese. the crispy Philo dough. That's the key to me, you guys, is if it has a bitter taste to you and you don't like spinach pie because of that, maybe try putting less spinach in it because it's amazing. I hope you all appreciated this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much. Okay, here's where I take a few seconds to show you something retro in my kitchen. This glass measuring cup you probably saw me using in the video. I melted butter in it. This is decades old. It is retro. I believe it's Fire King, although there is no markings on it. But I love it because of the pour spouts too. And this is a 1 cup and this is a 2 cup. And they're both Fire King and they're both retro. These two are both 1 cup, but they're Pyrex. And these are old also. This writing has worn off because whoever had it before me put it in the dishwasher. So the reason you can know that they're old and vintage is the D handle, because on the newer measuring cups you see the handle is not closed at the bottom. So, and last two, a couple of my favorites are these Pyrex measuring cup slash scoops slash bowls. These are old Pyrex. I just love them. I don't know, guess I have a thing for measuring cups. This one is a 1 cup. This is a 3 cup one. I just think it's so awesome. You can see right there, 3 cups. But anyway, they have a 2 cup one also, but I don't have that one. I just have 1 and 3. I hope you all enjoyed this, and thank you for watching. Bye.